Hi everyone, welcome to my channel, Andra Makes. I have another super duper fun tutorial for you today. I am going to show you how to add yarn letters and or shapes to a shirt. I have been seeing these everywhere in my area in little boutiques and everything. And what is the first thing we makers say when we see something like that? I can make that. So I ran to Hobby Lobby and I grabbed this sweatshirt, and it was $15.99 in my area. They have different colors, and I got this yarn, and the brand is called Yarn Bee. And the color I got is magenta. They have all different kinds of colors also, but the key is, if you want the same look that I have, is to get this super duper chunky yarn. See how thick that is? And this is like a chenille type. They also have a knit type, but it's not as fuzzy, not as thick as of a nap. And I also saw some online that was faux fur. That would be amazing. But I'm going to show you the technique, but I'm going to leave the designing up to you. I did mine because Valentine's Day is coming up, and I did mine in all lowercase letters, and I did cursive. You can do shapes if you just wanted to do a heart. This is just for Valentine's Day, of course, but you can use these for any time, any occasion. And you could do separate letters. You don't have to connect them in cursive. The designing is up to you. The possibilities are endless. You will not believe how easy this is, and it's super fun. And if you're like me and are a garment maker, you can make these in the cutting out process. When you cut out the front part of your bodice before you sew anything together, go ahead and put this on while your fabric is flat. It'll be a lot quicker and easier that way also. Not that this is difficult, but obviously it'd be a lot easier if you just have the bodice piece to work with. I do have a Ko-fi account, and I will link it in the description box. If you found this tutorial helpful, if you enjoyed it, if you learned something, if you'd like to leave me a little tip and buy me a virtual cup of coffee, I would appreciate it. Every little bit helps. Thank you so much to everyone who has contributed to my Ko-fi account thus far. I appreciate you all so much. You have no idea. If you aren't able to do that, no worries, no problems. If you're on Instagram and you make one of these using my tutorial, please tag me when you post your picture. I would love to see it and share it. If you're not on Instagram and you make one, let me know in the comments that you made one and that you enjoyed the tutorial. So here we go. I'm going to show you how to make this. Okay, I have my sweatshirt laid out, and I have it as straight as possible. Don't worry about it too much. And a good rule of thumb for placement is about 2 inches down from the end of the neckband. That's where you want the highest point of whatever you're making to be. And then I measured 3 inches over from the underarm seam of mine on both sides, just to give me an idea of an area to work with. You don't want to go too far over, of course. And a good way for you to determine on yourself is whatever, like if you have a sweatshirt or a t-shirt or whatever that you like or are going to make this from, put it on and then measure over from your side seam, and that'll give you an idea of how you want it. Obviously you don't want it too far over here because it would hang off the end. So I've got this done, and now I'm going to take my skein of yarn. I'm not going to cut anything yet, and you just find an end, and then you just start making your design. Don't take this too seriously. If it's wonky, that's fine. I think that's part of the charm. But I'm going to start making my L, since I'm doing the letter love. And I am going to pin as I go, because I can reshape it and tweak it as necessary. So right here I'm going to have that at the 3 inches over, and then 2 inches down right here. And then just get it, your letter the way you like it, or shape, whatever you're doing, and then pin it, and just pin through the top layer, of course. And like I said, you can tweak as you go, so don't be too precise at this point. So there's my L. Now I'm going to make the heart for the O. And just play with it and have fun. I'm going to pin that. Just keep playing with it until you get it how you like it. This is part of the fun, I think. I'll change that guy right there, move it up a little bit. And then you just keep going, making your letters, getting them how you like them. So I'm going to finish mine and you finish yours, and then meet me back here. Okay, there's mine. I played around with it until I got it the way I want it. I think the more whimsical the better with things like this. Don't worry about being perfect. And you can also make your letters, like if you wanted to make this larger and then make these smaller, you could do that. Anything you want to do, sky's the limit. Have fun. So once you have it where you want it, go ahead and cut the end of your E at that 3-inch mark. The 3 inches over, and then pin it down. Okay, I'm going to remove my rulers. Okay, now let's go over to the sewing machine, and I'm going to get you started on this. Okay, if you have a free arm, you will want to use it. My semi-industrial Juki does not, so those of us who have those know how to work around that, but if you do have a free arm, definitely use it. You want your stitch length to be about a 3. If your machine has trouble with thickness, then you can use your walking foot. I'm at the end of my E. That's where I'm going to start. So I'm going to take a few stitches forward and then back stitch. And then I want to stay as close to the center of the yarn as possible. And then I'm just going to sew through the center of the yarn all the way around, removing the pins as I go. So let's do that and then meet me back here. Okay, I've gone all the way around. Now I'm coming to the beginning of my L. So I'm going to finish this, staying in the center of the yarn as best I can. And then when I get to the end, I'm going to stitch forward and then back stitch and then come forward a few more stitches. And then cut my threads. And then we're finished sewing the yarn letters on. How fun was that? The main point is just to have fun, enjoy it. Don't worry about perfection. Like I said, even a little wonkiness is just fine for things like this, I think. It just adds to the charm. So I hope you enjoyed that tutorial. If you did, let me know. If you make one, let me know. Oh, and I forgot to say, if you have any questions afterwards, let me know in the comments and I will help as best I can. Thanks so much for watching. See you next time. Bye.